Welcome, ladies, to your Friday morning, October 31st. So happy Halloween, happy time change, lots going on. My apologies, I am not dressed up here for Halloween, but there's a couple of scary things. So first of all, my hair, kind of scary this morning, just saying, okay? And number two, I went outside to grab some pumpkins here, right, out of the off the front of my house, and I put my glasses on the hood of my car. So then I came back in, and I'm like, well, doing some stuff, looking for my glasses so that I can see you when we start off. I can remember where I put my glasses. I would have driven around town today with my glasses on the hood of my car. Just saying. So it's a bit scary. It's a bit scary. I don't even have to have a costume on. So welcome to our Friday morning meditation and pranayama. We are welcoming in November. And on that note, so first of all, welcome to our new members. It's been wonderful to see some of you coming in through the podcast. So going through and clicking into those show notes and then clicking on the Women's Wellness page to come in. It takes a few steps. So I am so grateful that you are joining us, because I know it's not easy actually. And so as we are moving into November and our time change, just noticing, not for everybody, and I'm not going to say just for Vatas from an Ayurvedic perspective, but it can take a week to 2 weeks to, let's say, have that time change settle into our bodies. Mind, body, and spirit. 1 hour is a big shift, more so for some of us. And I mentioned that before. Like, I'd say that to my kids, and I'm not going to say there's a male-female difference, but sometimes I've just had from, my male clients and class participants, like, what time change? There was a time change? So I do believe, again, from our rhythm and cycles, even post-menopause, right? We are tuned into these shifts sometimes a little more. So just giving yourself that grace, giving yourself that time. Notice, it's a great time of awareness. So for those of you who tune into my podcasts, they drop Saturday morning and they are very timely. And so I speak directly to the time change in my podcast tomorrow morning. And that relationship again to what is our relationship with November? What is our relationship now with this time between the time change to wherever you celebrate, again, in the holidays, right? Whatever days and however you celebrate, but we have that time now. And for some of us, it's a little bit of a break time. It's kind of Thanksgiving went on, it perhaps was quite busy, and you're just taking a bit of a breather right now. So just recognize if that is where you are, and I actually encourage you to do that as well. For some of you, it is go time, right? It's like, especially if you have a early holiday celebration, right? So you're noticing your breath, and this is why we practice this in our meditations, in our time together Friday mornings. Very much about taking meditation and pranayama to the streets, taking it off the mat, and checking in our awareness, checking in with our breath. So even as I'm speaking to you, we're starting our practice already. So even as I'm speaking to you about this time now from November 1st through to, it could be December 25th, it could be before, it could be December 31st. Just notice, how does that feel? How does that feel in your body right now? Right? Is there a sense of excitement and anticipation? Right? You might have a smile coming onto your face, or it might be a, oh my gosh, I have to get going on this. I have some things that I need to get done, and I need to start. And sometimes that again is going to be after the World Series this weekend, right? So you might not be thinking about anything else right now. This is going to be interesting when we do our meditation. For some of you, there are certain times of November that are kind of points that you start to do certain things. Sometimes, again, I don't put my holiday decoration out until after November the 11th. It's just kind of a signal that a timestamp, So November 15th is different for me as well. There are some deadlines for getting photo albums in and getting things ordered. There are shipping dates. Notice your breath as I'm talking. Notice your body. Notice your shoulders. Because as you are aware of your relationship again with this time of year, with things that are coming up, you can welcome it in. You can also question it. So you can go back, let's say, a couple of weeks. So for the last 2 weeks, we were managing our feelings and our thoughts and our worries that were coming up. Now you've got that tool. You've got that tool to move through November into December, right? To notice that when you feel tightness somewhere in your body, in your neck, your jaw, your stomach, your back, you're like, that's related to a thought. And I'm going to go find that thought and we're going to have a little chat. So you've got, and it's remembering, I know that, because that comes up quite often too. Yes, that's right. I remember I do have that tool. And so this is something, again, to notice over the course of the weekend, to notice as we're doing this together now. As you think forward, we are in the present moment. We're always in the present moment. And we're either thinking forward from the present moment, or we're thinking back from the present moment, or we're thinking right here in the present moment. And that's mindfulness. So if you're ever wondering how to come back very, let's say, quickly and with intention to the present moment, just think about, what are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you smelling? Right? What are you touching? What are you tasting? Like your senses. And in that moment, it's really challenging to think forward or to remember back because you are so fully in the moment. And so that's another, again, little, let's say, reminder that you have that in your toolbox. One more, I guess, little holiday treat to mention is that in the podcast notes tomorrow, you can click through into a link that brings you to a calm and peaceful planning page, and it's actually 3 pages. You can print them out, and what it is from now until whatever date you put in there, deciding on, yes, it's a to-do list, but it's also a to-be list. It's also what expectations and activities and things that you would consider letting go of, that you would consider delegating, that bring you that calm and peace over the holiday season. So again, those are in the podcast notes, in the show notes. So if you ever have a question about how to get to those show notes and how to do that, how to do the linking through, please reach out to me. But this again will be part of connecting today to tomorrow, to the rest of the week, and actually right through to the end of the year right now. Okay, breath check in. Does that make you feel excited? And remember, sometimes those feelings of butterflies and things that we are like, I feel anxious, is sometimes excitement on steroids. Okay, so if we play with our languaging of feeling overwhelmed or feeling anxious and just like, that's excitement. That's excitement. So check in as we go through just a very short meditation this morning. As you follow your breath, again, play with keeping your attention on your breath. When your attention leaves your breath, and it can go to thoughts, it can go to sensations in the body as well. So the sensations count. You can name them, right? Could be a little bit of tightness, could be a tickle, could be a tingling. You can name that sensation and come back to your breath. With your thoughts, right? They can be planning thoughts. They can be remembering thoughts. If it's a worry, remember, you've got that tool and you're just going to say, yeah, we're going to have a little chat after this meditation. And at that time, you can pull out your journal, piece of paper. And we're having fun with this. So much fun with this. And so softly closing your eyes or keeping them open. Feel how your breath softens your shoulders, softens your face, softens your neck, with each breath you are enjoying a little internal massage. Getting a little squeeze and soak. Your heart getting a little bit of a hug on each breath. And just noticing when thoughts and sensations draw your attention away from your breath. Name the sensation, the thought. It's a feeling. And then come back to the anchor of your breath. Even if it's 100 times in 1 minute. Keep gently guiding your attention back to your breath. Or drag your attention back, kicking and screaming. Like a 2-year-old, it might be saying, I don't want to go home. And just for one more minute, feel your breath in your body. The softness and the strength. And as we spoke about mindfulness earlier, to practice now as you bring your attention to what you're hearing, clocks and furnace, TVs in the background, people, traffic. Are there any aromas in the air? If you have a cream or essential oil on you right now, just to tent your hands over your nose and draw that in, and on that note, feeling the touch, the smoothness, right? The softness, if the cream's working for your hands. Any tastes. And as you softly open your eyes, drawing in the colors, the patterns, the objects, the light. Again, practicing those moments of mindfulness, mini mindfulness moments. Wondering, how do I come back to the present moment? That's how we do it. And I have to say that was a bit of a challenge this morning, ladies. Well done, because as I spoke about a planning document and about planning to the end of, it might be to the end of the year, it was a big task to bring your attention back to your breath. But this is why we practice, right? We're not living in caves. We are practicing this amongst the chaos. And so that ability to manage our thoughts, our feelings, our responses, not reactions, it's all skill development. It's all practice. And so have a wonderful weekend. Go Blue Jays, go. And happy Halloween. Don't forget to check in the podcast notes tomorrow for that fun, I'm going to say, peace and calm planning document. And please join Suzanne. I know it's either Monday or Tuesday next week. Again, meditation, mantra meditation becomes, it's always important, but it becomes another tool in your toolbox moving through these next few weeks. So as we bring our hands together, heart center, namaste. Bye for now, everyone.